Hello everybody, my name is Leoname, and today I have something new to share with you. This is a game that I've been working on for the past several months, and recently I made something pretty cool, pretty interesting. I think it's noteworthy. This is a dungeon. In RPG Maker 2, this is considered a dungeon, and as you can see, there's some soil that's a little bit lighter than the rest. This is a 10 by 10 square of farmable soil. Right now, only 25 squares are farmable. And what I mean by farmable is that you can grow plants on the soil. Here, let me demonstrate. I'm going to go into my inventory and equip a hoe. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hoe the soil. Just like this. You just go on top of it and interact with it, and it changes into hoed soil. The next thing that you can do, you can either water it at this point using a watering can, or you can put down some seeds. There's different kinds of seeds, and in my inventory I have turnip seeds. I only have one in my character's inventory, but I do have some more in the chest. You can see in the chest I have 25 turnip seeds. So now that I have the turnip seed equipped, I can put some down just like this. I don't know if you noticed this, but for a split second, you can see there's a giant sphere. That's the seed. It's a glitch in the game. The player isn't supposed to see that, but I think I know a way to fix that glitch. I think making it transparent might help or something. Anyways, the next thing that you do is water it using the watering can. So go ahead and equip that. And water each one. And you'll know that it's watered because the soil is even darker. Just like that. Okay, now what you have to do is wait a day or two. But I'm not going to do that. Instead, I made myself an ability. This is for debugging purposes only. This isn't going to be in the final game, but there's an ability called Next Day. And what I'm going to do, let me get out of the way. And then that. Okay. So this is what it looks like on the next day. And oh, there's something wrong with this plot right here. You can see that the soil that's supposed to be there is not there, and that's a bug. I'll probably fix that after I make this video. Now what you have to do is you have to water them a second time, like this. It only takes a couple of days for crops to grow. Well, it depends on the plant. Mushrooms take 1 day to grow, turnips take 2 days to grow, potatoes take 3 days to grow. And I have it like that on purpose. I did it that way on purpose. I might not reveal exactly why I did it that way just yet. Now what I'm going to do is go to the next day. Okay, at this point, the turnips are harvestable, so what you can do is you can just interact. You can interact with the plant, and it gives you a turnip. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest all of these, and then what you can do then. I'm a bit tired. I haven't slept in a while. I was gonna say, what you can do then is sell the plants for profit. You can you can go to a merchant, buy some seeds, and then plant the seeds, and then take the harvested crops and sell them for profit. That's pretty much all you can do with plants right now. You can't really do anything else. What should I do now? Maybe I'll plant some mushrooms. Oh. I'm gonna give that... Okay. I need to make some room here. Okay, you only need to give your character one of that particular seed. You don't need to give them all 25 seeds. That's the beauty of it. I made it that way on purpose so that you don't have to keep equipping the seed. Like, for example, if you equip a seed and you put the seed on the plot, it's going to take that seed and use it. It's going to consume that item, if that makes any sense. So you won't actually have anything in your hand. You won't have anything equipped. And that was really stupid, so what I made it do in the script was I made it take items from the chest rather than the character's inventory. It's much more convenient that way. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but... Okay, so we need to re-hoe these. The final game is going to allow you to farm all 100 squares. I don't know if it's actually gonna work, because if any of you have ever played RPGM2, if you put a lot of events in one dungeon, the game starts to go slow. Like, I've never had the game actually crash on me before, but you never know. Where's the mushroom? Oh, it's right here. This farming thing, these farming events, like the plots and the seeds, that took me, oh my gosh, several hours to create. It looks so simple, but if you look at the scripts and the events, it's like so complicated. I'm pretty happy with it so far. Not to be, I don't want to sound arrogant or anything, but I'm pretty happy with it. Okay. There's other things you can do in this game too besides farming. This isn't the entire game. As you know from watching my other update videos, you can also craft furniture and place it in your house. You can buy a house in this game. Yeah, there's something wrong with this plot. I don't know what's wrong with it, but you can see that the soil beneath it is completely gone. Well, it's not gone, but it's not hoed, is what I'm saying. See, it's like different from the rest. Not really sure why it's like that. Very strange. So this game is pretty much gonna be like, I'm not really sure how to explain it. It's like, it's not your average RPG game. There's no battling in it. You don't battle in this game at all, which I know a lot of you will probably be disappointed. I'm sorry, but I didn't want to have any. Well, initially, I did want battles in this game, but I decided not to do it because the events, the farming events and the furniture events and all these different things that I wanted to create, they take up a lot of memory. And as you know, in RPG Maker 2, you're limited with how much memory you can use. So I had to compromise. Uh-oh. It didn't take any mushroom. Oh wait, no, those are mushrooms. Oh, I thought it said mushroom seed for a second there. I was like, uh-oh, it didn't take any seeds from my inventory. But it did. Okay. Phew. I mean, There are some bugs in this game, I'm not gonna lie. Some pretty annoying bugs. I took care of most of them. And to be quite honest with you, I had no idea if this was actually gonna work, but in the end, it really does work. I'm quite surprised with it. I had to sort of think outside the box in terms of how the seed was gonna grow and how to interact with the soil and all that crap. For some reason, it just works. I tried doing this outside on a map instead of in a dungeon, which is kind of weird, I know. It's kind of strange that I'm doing this in a dungeon rather than going outside, like out here, for example. Like, I was gonna have the farm right here, right beside your house. That's how I originally did it, but I had some problems along the way, so instead of doing it outdoors, I decided to do it in a dungeon. Okay. I could speed it up. Never mind. I'm using an emulator, so I could speed this process up by pressing tab on my keyboard, but I don't know. Okay, so these are potatoes. They don't really look like potatoes, do they? I'm very limited with the models that they give you in RPG Maker 2. They don't give you a whole lot of plant models. So I really had to like improvise. In the final game, there's gonna be probably more than 10 different types of plants that you can farm. But they're not gonna look like the plants that you like, for example, you can grow corn in this game, but the plant isn't gonna look like corn. It's gonna look like a very tall weed, because that's the only model that I could find that looks close enough like a corn stalk. I don't know. So okay. So on the third day, you get potatoes, and they it's so ridiculous. It's no longer like a plant, a leafy plant. It's just a potato. I mean, that's so ridiculous. But that's the only way I could do it. I couldn't make a leafy plant with a potato, you know, growing out of it, because I'm limited with certain things. I mean, I guess in theory I could do that, but it would take so much memory, and it would take so much, what do you call it, processing power from the emulator or the console. The game would run pretty slow if I did something like that. Okay, so right now there are only 4 different types of plants you can grow: onions, mushrooms, turnips, and potatoes. But like I said, there are going to be more in the future. Like corn is going to be one of them. Watermelons is going to be in there, and some more things as well. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this update video. You'll probably notice that the characters are much brighter and much more colorful. That's because I took out the shadows from the sun. If you go to the map editor or the dungeon editor, there's a setting for the sun brightness, or I'm sorry, the sun ratio. Maybe I'll show you later. I made a dock with a boat. Boat doesn't do anything. I also made this research facility. Let's go inside. This is gonna be something cool in the game. I'm not gonna give you any spoilers, but you go in here and well, let's just say that it's a shop. Even though it's a research facility, it doubles as a shop, so you can buy things, and you can discover new things as well. So that's going to be fun. These are moving. They're not supposed to move, but I'll fix that later. Okay. Thanks for watching. See you guys. Oh wait, I forgot to show you. I forgot to show you the setting. If you go to the map editor and just choose a map, go to the custom tab under effect, you see where it says ratio? If you change that to 0, it takes away the shadow. So your character looks a lot more cartoony. It looks very cartoony. In contrast, if I move that ratio up to 100, it's going to look something like this. So there's a lot of shadow going on, and they look very three-dimensional, don't they? It's not very appealing in my opinion. For some reason, I just really like ratio at 0, because if you change ratio to 0, they look so cartoony. Right here. You can see there's a little bit of shadow underneath the character, and as well as you can see in her hair. In her hair, there's like some shadow. I don't know if that's from the lighting or if that's from the model. I just really like it this way because it reminds me of I'm trying to think. One of those Zelda games. I can't remember what it was. Was it Wind Waker? I think it's Wind Waker. And it also reminds me of some other games. I can't remember at the top of my head. Oh, and those animated shows on... I think there's one on Nickelodeon. There's an animated show. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, I'm babbling too much. I'm going to leave this time for real. See you later. Thanks for watching. Bye. Is there a consequence for not watering your plants? Well, let's find out. Nothing seemed to happen, but let's see what happens if we water our seeds and then neglect to water it afterwards on the second day. There is something going on with that one square. I don't know what's going on. It must have something to do with the event, not well, yeah, anyways. So we watered them. Let's go for the next day. Okay, this time I'm not going to water the plants. Instead, I'm just going to go straight to the next day, and we're going to find out what happens. That's not good. So this is what happens when you neglect to water your plants. And you get a dead plant, which is totally useless, totally worthless. You can't really sell it for anything. If you neglect to water your seeds, nothing happens. The seeds still remain, which is the good news. But if you water your seeds and the seeds grow into partial plants, and you neglect to water your plants after the seeds start growing, then they turn into dead plants. Simple enough, right? So that's one thing that I forgot to show. Okay, this time I'm really leaving, so I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.